Hi everybody, it's Sanbonani. Welcome to Reality Pass TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. So listen, you guys, we need to talk about Mnakwethu episode 1. I thought I had missed an episode last week, but apparently it was only premiering this week. So yesterday or last night we got the first episode of Mnakwethu. But before we begin, you guys, sad news. So one of Dulas's wives, Uma Dlamini, has passed away. Apparently, this all happened back in August this year, and they just put it like a picture, rest in peace thing at the end of the episode last night, but nothing was said about what happened to her. So yes, you guys, may her soul rest in peace. Madlamini was like the original wife Dulas. Remember when they first did Mnakwethu, that was the one that Dulas was asking on Mnakwethu before the Mnakwethu Happily Ever After. That was the one that Dulas was asking to take the second wife, and the second wife was supposed to be MaMhlongo. Okay. And they had kids together. I can't remember how many, 3 or 4 kids together. And then over time, when they were doing now Mnakwethu Happily Ever After, she had kind of moved away from Dulas at some point. I think last season we didn't even see her because they had broken up with Umadlamini. She's also the one that got into a fight with MaMhlongo. I think that was like season 2 or 3 of Happily Ever After. So yes, you guys, she has passed away. Condolences to her family and may her soul rest in peace. I thought that was so sad, you guys, to actually learn about that. So now, you guys, we have Udulas as the cast, we have Kondanisa, and we have Usandi Sonchangas as a new addition to the cast. Okay, Dulas and Kondanisa, we've been watching them for a long time. I don't even know what they are about to give us this season because they always give us the same things. You know, they have wives that are not really their wives, and the wives are wanting to leave. It's the same thing every season. But we've got Usandi Sonchangas added to the mix, so we are about to find out what he has for us. Okay, now you guys, I am saying that the guys are the cast, you guys, because sometimes I feel like the ladies are not getting paid. I need somebody to speak up and tell us, because I kind of feel like, you'll be feeling like the lives of the men on this show will be looking different. Okay, because all you need to do with the reality TV show to see if somebody got paid, you look at their clothes. If they are good with money, sometimes the houses they stay in, the furniture, you're just looking to see, is it the furniture, is it the couches from last season, is it the new is the curtains? Okay, maybe last season it was the curtains without the lace curtain, but now this, you know what I mean, you understand. Okay. So I always feel like the ladies' lives will be, you know, and then the gents will be looking like gangan. So I do wonder if the ladies do get paid by this show. I just wouldn't do no reality show without getting paid. There is no job that my husband is going to do and I'm going to be part of it and I'm not being paid. No, there's no business deal like that. Okay. If I'm coming to your job, I'm going to be paid my own salary. Okay. So I'll be very shocked if these ladies are accepting doing the show without getting paid. So now, here's the thing. Last season, MaMhlongo and Dulas had broken up, but that happens every season at the end of the season. MaMhlongo is like, I am done. This is it. Okay. And also, you guys, why does MaMhlongo look like, well, I guess it makes sense. Like, she'll be looking older every season, but that's what should happen. But she should also, because Imali Pela should make you look, but the diary session, you guys, I do like, because I was upset last season because I was like, listen, Mzansi Magic, if you can do it for Utano Nesembu, if you can do it for Real Housewives, if you can do it for whatever other show, if you can make them look really beautiful, get them beautiful outfits, makeup, everything at the set where they're doing their diaries, if you can do it for any other show, okay, then you can do it for this show. So I'm always upset when there are shows where the cast is not being taken care of that way, but when they do other shows, they do it. Okay, I don't care what your budget is. Okay, If you can do makeup for the women in the other show, I want to see it with this one. So the diary sessions, you guys, I like it. The ladies are looking good. The set is nice. The makeup is on point. So I'm like, okay. So even if they are looking, they are looking much during the episode, but in the diary, you see the best of them. The weaves are weaving, and I'm like, okay, I like seeing this. So it's very nice to watch them in the diaries because they look good. Now, you guys, MaMhlongo is back with Dulas, which was a surprise, but not really because that's what happens all the time. Last season they fought because Dulas had bought MaMhlongo a car wash, but then it was like he bought her a car wash, but then it was his, you know. So they ended up fighting and they ended up saying they're going their separate ways. It was more MaMhlongo that was saying that. Now, Dula says that family members, Baga MaMhlongo, did talk to MaMhlongo, so MaMhlongo changed her behavior because last season it just looked like she was drinking a lot. And it always looked like MaMhlongo has a night direction, and what are you doing with your life, girl? Besides being Dula's girlfriend, what else are you doing with your life? So yes, he says that. I'm like, guys. Anyway, let me tell you. Dula says that MaMhlongo has changed. So some family members have spoken to her and she realized the errors of her ways and now she's changed. She's wearing a mapinifa, being very respectful to Dulas. I'm like, the man, the manipulation. Exactly who was supposed to change here? Wasn't it Dulas that was supposed to change? You know? Guys, sometimes I lose this Sakota team. It was Dulas. Dulas is the one that is supposed to change, okay? But Imam Shongo has changed, and because she changed, they've even paid Lobola for her, you know? Yeah, says the sister says Zulu that says, Umendo uyanchoncho. Yeah, sometimes you just have to behave a certain way for a man to pay Lobola, then afterwards you can go back to being yourself. I feel like that is MaMhlongo. So apparently, Dulas went and paid 3 cows. I like it, not Dulas, because there's always a story of how many cows. Sometimes it's 1 cow, Waham beside the 1 cow. Sometimes it's 2 cows. Sometimes it's 3 cows. It's never everything that he's supposed to do. So, but they're saying MaMhlongo was pregnant. So that's why Dulas went and paid Lobola because MaMhlongo says, listen, my family already didn't like Dulas. They were on my back about, me still being involved with him. So I felt like if I had to tell them that I'm pregnant, then it's going to be an issue. It's better if he goes and pays Lobola. So I guess he paid Lobola now. Now he can even go in the house, Lapaya Kamhlongo, which is a surprise because remember before they didn't even want to see him. They didn't want even to see his cow. So his car, and now he can get in. He was even in the house. So now, you guys, here's the thing about the pregnancy because I was like, listen, this is going to be a difficult one to talk about because I know how sensitive miscarriages are. But listen to this one. Dulas paid Lobola for MaMhlongo because MaMhlongo said she was pregnant. Even MaMhlongo admits that. But now MaMhlongo is not pregnant. And MaMhlongo is talking about how one day she was sitting with her friend and an unfortunate thing happened where she started bleeding and then she went to the hospital. The friend took her to the hospital and they told her she had lost a baby. And I hope she's okay. She looks okay, you guys. Now, this is a reality show, so you might never know. Now, I did have questions as to was she really pregnant? Because the reason I asked myself that question is because she was talking as if she hasn't told Dulas that she lost the baby. Because she was like, I don't think it matters to Dulas if I've lost a baby or not, if I'm still pregnant or not. I don't think that he would be bothered that much. And I'm like, but this guy even paid Lobola for you because you were pregnant. So of course it matters if you are still pregnant or not. Okay. And also she doesn't look pregnant. I don't wonder if Dudas really think so. That story, you guys, is shaky for me. Okay. I don't know if they created it for reality TV show, but I also feel like maybe it happened because I don't think they would say ukuthi uMaMhlongo ulotsholiwe ngalotsholiwe. But you know what, you guys, it's the first episode we are going to see, but I do have questions about whether MaMhlongo was really pregnant. Okay. It's weird that she says that she lost a baby, but she hasn't told the husband or the fiance. Okay. Anyway, now we meet uQondanisa. Qondanisa basically doesn't have no wife right now. Okay. And that's why I did ask on the video that I did when I was talking about who is going to be on the show to say, I don't understand. Why would you bring Kondanisa back? Because it's Mnakwethu happily ever after. We are supposed to see people that had gone on Mnakwethu asked to take second wives. We are supposed to come over here and see if they are happy now with the wives. But Kondanisa has no wife. MaMhlongo left. Kamazbuko left to Samantha. And then there was another one. Was it Umazung? I know I always get the surname wrong. The one that he was trying to add as the third wife. That one is not around either. So basically, in this episode, in this season, Kondanisa is trying to get all of the wives back to him. And I feel like you guys, they are playing us with this one because none of these women are with Kondanisa right now. Even the brother, if you look at that scene that Kondanisa is shooting with his brothers, talking about MaMhlongo leaving, going back home, and he was saying he doesn't understand why MaMhlongo's family did not act when she came back, because obviously the family is supposed to go to the in-laws and find out what's happening, which I feel like, but even your family, when she left, could have gone to them to talk to the family about why their child is back at home. The brother asked him, okay, Ondanisa's brother asked him, do you love them? When he was talking about getting uMaMhlongo nokamazbuko back, okay, he asked him, do you like he said, look at me in the eye and tell me, do you love them? I think the reason the brother is asking that because they've known Kondanisa has broken up with these women for a while now. So now they are shocked when the show is now shooting and he's talking about getting back with them, because they've probably had conversations with him about his wives and he wasn't indicating that he wants them back. Now that they're shooting the show, he wants them back. So this story here is shaky. I don't even understand why he's back, but I guess we'll have to watch, okay? Now, Kondanisa said there, and said that the reason that his wives have left is because of imimoya emibi. It's the demons, okay? It's not him, it's the demons. It's not the fact that he's not there for them. He doesn't give them time, because that was the complaint that they talked about last season. It's not that. It's not the fact that he doesn't even help them financially. He wasn't paying MaMhlongo's rent. He wasn't paying Kamazibuko's rent. He wasn't taking care of them. It's not that. The fact that he keeps wanting to add wives, but all of his wives are not married. We are just calling them wives because it's just so complicated to call them the girlfriends that are being called wives. So we just call them wives, but they're not wives, okay? So it's none of that. It's the demons, you know? I'm like, brother, basically you are calling yourself a demon because you are the reason why these women left. But you know, I was like, hey, are you now brother Enigma? Hey, phela amadimoni awathandi uJesu akathandi ukuthi uthathe amakhosikazi bese ungawondli, ungawakhokheli irent, bese wena ufuna ukufaka amakhosikazi amanye phezu kwalamakhosikazi onawo. Qondanisa, uJesu akayithandi indaba yokuthi wena awuwondli amakhosikazi akho ngoba leyo nto inamadimoni. I was picturing Brother Enigma at that point. He says ukuthi moya mibi. So he wants them back, you guys. But here's an interesting thing. Samantha has a baby that last season they did a DNA for, and it was found out that the baby is not Kondanisa's. Okay. He says he wants Samantha back, but does not want anything to do with the baby. I'm like, did I not say that you are a demon? Did I not say? Because how is this woman going to get back with you if you say you don't want anything to do with her baby? She's a mother. It's the only child she has. That's not going to work, obviously. Anyway, you guys, so that's the plan that Kondanisa has. He wants uMaMhlongo back. He wants Samantha back. Then we get Lona Usandiso Ntshangase, you guys. And Usandiso was the one that was asking uKamagodulela promised to take a second wife. But during the episode of Mnakwethu, they were in the recent one of Mnakwethu, the wife found out that the number two already has a child and everything. Okay, so not only was she shocked by the fact that Sandiso wants a second wife, but Sandiso already had a child. Now the wife is still standing by the fact that she does not agree with ukuthathwa kwesithembu. She says that she says that if he wants kids, she can have kids for him. He says that they had agreed that they were going to wait when it comes to the kids. And Sandiso says that he just agreed to wait because she wanted to wait, but he already wanted the kids. But I'm like, why didn't you tell her that you wanted the kids already? So now he's making this whole thing about him wanting kids. The reason that he got number two is because he wanted kids and she wanted to wait. Now, you guys, she still says that akasifuni isithembu. Now, women, sometimes you'll be confusing us, okay? Because even with the Mommy Club lady, Unozipho Ntshangase, she on the show she was very clear. This is not her plan. Okay, Isithembu is not a plan. Polygamy is not on my plan. Okay, this is not the kind of marriage that I was getting into. But I was like, girl, the fact that you're still here, like it is on your plans already. You know, you just have to adjust a few things and sit there comfortably because you don't look like you're going to go anywhere. Okay, what I mean? And right now she's still there. It looks like she has accepted the situation, even though she won't give us the details, okay? Because she doesn't want us to judge her. But I mean, girl, if you want to stay, guys, you can stay in your marriages. Just tell us, I decided to stay. Especially if you are in a reality show. So I feel like sometimes I do understand that it's not easy to give up on a relationship. But guys, if somebody says, I want to take a second wife, it must be a deal breaker for some people, especially if you are sitting there saying, I don't want you to take a second wife, and he is saying, I am taking a second wife. That is what Sandiso is saying. He's not asking anymore. He's saying, listen, I am telling you, ngizomuthatha unkosikazi wesibili. And she is saying, no, I don't want to live in the umphakathi. Our relationship is going to become the community. So angifuna ukuphila in the community. I'm like, you are already part of the community. You just didn't know. Okay. So now, you guys, this season, because Sandisa is that disrespectful to his wife, he has gone and hlawulad the child without the wife knowing. He has gone and lobolad the lady without his wife knowing. But his wife is still sitting there acting like she has some kind of authority or some kind of say in her relationship. Girl, you have no say. They are about to marry that girl in front of Pamgabantu, except for you. You are not going to be those deal because he has already loboled her. So I kind of feel like if the wife is staying, really, she is saying to us without saying it, she is telling us that she's okay with this temp. I don't want to lie, guys. I feel like if you stay, if your husband says they want to take a second wife and you stay, even if with your mouth you are telling us that you don't agree, you don't want it, but you are agreeing to it by staying. Because usesithenjini, uyathanda uthanda usesithenjini. If indoda yakhe seyimshadile unkosikazi wesibili usesithenjini. Yes. So at some point you just have to be like honest and say, listen, I don't like it, but I guess I'm staying and I'll see what happens after that. So the wife is still delulu about the situation, but that side, the husband is loboling the other lady. And the other lady is always under the impression that he has told the wife, but always finds out afterward that the wife is not told. Okay. I don't know, guys. This one is going to be an interesting one, but the disrespect here is just going to be irritating me the whole time. I'm going to be frustrated with Sandiso because he's very disrespectful to his wife. But then again, they say that we teach people how to teach us, how to treat us. So if you are accepting it, what are we supposed to do? How are we going to support you as the viewers? Because you are still there accepting the disrespect. Okay, we can't decline it on your behalf. Okay, So that's what's going on with the Sunday show and Promise. Those are the new people on the show, and I think for most of us, this is going to be the most interesting part of the show because they are new on the show. We are still going to be meeting their families, their friends, so it's going to be a little bit more interesting. The other stuff is just like old recycled storylines, if you ask me. Now Kondanisa goes and sees Usithokozile uMaMhlongo where she is renting. Okay. I don't know. Umamchunu has always looked to me like that lady that gets the bag. She's taking care of herself. She has the land here, the house, building a house here, and all of that. But it always looks to me like like everything is in progress, if you know what I mean. So this season, I'm starting to question: do you have all of these things that you say you have? Because everything's just always like unfinished. And remember last year she said she was building a house. Now they went and saw that house and it was almost done. But then this season she's still building. Like I feel like I don't understand that. But okay. If we had to believe Mamkuno's story, she has a house somewhere and she has land somewhere, but she's renting somewhere in somebody's back room. It looks that way because she says she lives at the same place that she lived with Kondanisa, which looked like it was a back room. So you have a house, you have land, but you are renting somewhere. It kind of doesn't make sense. But what do we know about the things of the rich people? Because Mam Kuno has said that she makes a lot of money. I'm not rich, so I don't know. Sometimes you do rent a back room while you have all of these houses and all of these, like the land and all of that. She also says that she is in Uber or Bolt. Did she say Uber or Bolt? But something like that, okay? So somebody is, I guess she has somebody that drives for, the car that she has. She doesn't specify to say she has a car or cars, okay? So she says the money is very, very nice there. Now, she was, so Kondanisa had gone to see her. She was talking about how Kondanisa no longer lives with her and also doesn't pay the rent there. She pays the rent herself, okay? So basically, Kondanisa was just, like how Musamselego was saying, which Umacele is a luggage for the family. She's just being carried. Yeah. Sometimes you have a husband that is luggage. Kondanisa was luggage for Mamkun because Mamkun is like, we never even used to pay rent. So they do talk. Mamkun doesn't allow him to go inside the house. They were just talking because he's saying that he wants to fix things with her and Samantha. So Mamkun is like, so now you want us to talk about all of this here at 18, So why couldn't you take me to a restaurant? Then Mamkun is like, and I mean, I'm at any restaurants because he has afford, I can afford myself. Okay, Mamkunu, So anyway, they decided it was okay. They will go out and talk about this the situation. And I feel like we'll probably see that whole thing of them meeting and talking about it in the next episode. Now, you guys, we also do see Udulas with Mashozi. Mashozi, remember, Udulas had Umadlamini, whom I've just said she passed away. There was the original wife, Dulas. Then he was asking Madlamini to take MaMhlongo. Then when they started the happily ever after, uMaMhlongo benomadlamini, they discovered that Udulas has a child with another woman, and he was living with this woman at his home. And that was Umasho's. Then Madlamini left. Then uMaMhlongo was in and out. The one that seemed to be stable now with Dulas was Umasho's. So Umasho's had always been there. What had upset uMaMhlongo was the fact that Dulas had gone and paid Hlawulat or paid Lobola for Umashozi before her when she came first. Okay. So it looks to me like Dulas will Lobola you, but will only Lobola you once you have a child, which is another reason that made me feel like, did the pregnancy exist? Because, something is, once you have a child, not Kondanisa, Dulas will do something in terms of the lobola. And if I, as a viewer, can understand that, then his girlfriends also understand that he only pays lobola once you have a child. So now my thing is then, did the pregnancy exist, or was it a thing to get Dulas to pay lobola? And I'm very, very much sorry, you guys, if anybody is triggered by me having questions, but it is on a reality show. We cannot talk about it, okay? But I do understand that it's a sensitive thing if she was really pregnant. So now Dulas was, now here's the thing, you guys. We know where Dulas lived last season back at home. And in Emakhaya, you can't say which Emakhaya, sometimes you can't tell by isakhiwo somuzi whether they're poor or rich or whatever, because sometimes imizi nje kuno round here, Rondoville here, but baphila kamnandi, they have no issues, okay? They don't, sometimes emakhaya they don't need big 8-bedroom houses for you to see what this family is doing well. So it was that kind of a situation with Dulas, but he was making plans that season to build a house. Okay, I remember I even went to what do you call it, where you buy building material. Okay, now this season I didn't see the outside of the house, so I couldn't see where the Semakai will go. But whatever house he's in, it has like newly and shiny leather couches. Okay, maybe it's leather, but it's still nice couches. Okay, the walls look like they're newly painted. The curtains are looking like, okay, it's somebody's, so I don't know if this is the house that Dulas was building last season. It's now finished, but Dulas is looking like somebody that's getting paid from the show. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay, even the cup that they used to make him some tea, if you compare it to the cup he was drinking with last season, it looks better. You know what I mean. Okay, so I feel like he's in a new house and it looks good. Okay, so he must be putting the money into good use, if my assumptions or my understanding of the situation is correct as far as Dulas is concerned. Okay, so he was with Umashozi. Dulas went and paid lobola for MaMhlongo without telling Umashozi. Guys, listen, I need to be checking my husband's bank statements. Okay, because maybe he's out there paying lobolas that I don't know about. Yay, guys, listen, we need to be checking, okay? We need to be checking if some ladies on Facebook are posting their lobola negotiations, if the lady is not posting the husband, it's a problem, because it might just be your husband that's paying that lobola. So apparently Dulas paid for MaMhlongo without telling Mashozi, and he's only telling Mashozi now. Mashozi doesn't seem to have a problem with it, and she says that she feels like it's because he was excited about the baby. Also, she says she was starting to feel like the pressure is only on her about having a baby. When MaMhlongo is also in the equation, she could be having some babies. But obviously, there is no baby coming with MaMhlongo because she has gone through what she has gone through. Okay, so there was a conversation here to tell Mashozi 3 cows, everything. Now, you guys, Mashozi looks good. Okay, Mashozi looks like she takes care of herself. And yeah, okay, she's always the one that looks better than the others. Okay, because abanye ngathi nje bavithizwe yilanga, ngoba noma uhamba uhlala manje going home uyohlala ekhaya for December, mawubuya ngoJanuary yabona ukuthi hayi likushisile ilanga, but she looks good. Now, you guys, Untshangase had to meet with number 2, which is Umakhatebe, okay, and they were just talking about the plans. Remember now, because this is an interesting one. Ntshangase wanted to take a second wife because he said, did he say that it's a grandmother? It's either the grandmother or somebody that is back at home living alone. Okay, so basically this wife was a maid wife that he was taking, because this was a wife that was going to go back home and take care of the grandmother back there at home. Okay, now the conversation now has to be like, uhamba nenike kuye ekhaya phela ntokazi sewulotsholiwe, young girls. Kambe sizothini kunina ngempela ngalento yenu manje? Hey, angazi bafethu. I don't know what to say. I feel like as an older woman, I do need to advise these young girls out here. We don't do that, okay? We no longer do that. We no longer find men that are looking for mates for their grandfathers and grandmothers. We no longer find the men and wait for them to lobola us and we go back. We don't go back like that in life. Okay, we don't do that. Okay, we are going to the universities to study. You know, we are starting businesses. We are working for ourselves. We ain't got no time to go back to the rurals and take care of nobody's grandmother. Okay, we no longer do it. It's in our own constitution somewhere. It's just something we decided long ago when we had our women's conference that we no longer do that. We no longer accept marriage from people that just want people to take care of their grannies back at home. We no longer, you guys need to read that constitution. What's wrong with you? Okay. But this lady here is even considering. And the way she is so young, I'm like, where's your mother? Okay, where is your mother? Because if I'm the mother, you ain't going to no rural areas, okay? Athi ngiyabona ulungise esho ukuthi uthi sishade khona ngizohamba ngiyanakekela ugogo wakhe. Hamba esikoleni, okay? So yeah, that's what's going on. And yes, she still maintains the story of how she did not know that Ntshangase had ingoduso or a wife or whatever. She found out when she was already 4 months pregnant. And also in this episode, she's finding out that the wife still doesn't know that she has been hlawulwat and lobolwat, seceliwe and all of that, okay? But she's ready to ayohlala emakhaya. Hayi shame ninesikhathi. Hey, ninesikhathi guys. Hey, ninesikhathi. So she's going to go take care of the grandmother. I kind of feel like with a promise, she just has to say yes, but she has to say it with the condition that this one is really going to go ayohlala emakhaya. You understand what I mean? Because it doesn't look like she's going anywhere. Okay. Anyway, you guys, that was our episode today. I can tell you right now that Mnakwethu Happily Ever After is kind of watchable, even with the ridiculous stuff. I always feel like, oh my God, it's so ridiculous, but I still watch, you know? And I have moments where I laugh here and there. So I would say if you do have DSTV channel 161, do make sure that you watch it every Wednesday, okay? But if you don't watch it, you don't even need to. You just need to know who is Kondanisa, who is Dulas, who is Ntshangase, Usandi. So then me, I'll tell you what happens in the episode, you know, and then you can come into the comment section and tell me what you think about it, okay? So it's don't stress. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video. Please do make sure that you like it before Pumegona share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in Tanda.